Hello, Your Excellency. My name is Hong Min, and I have a little question. When a big event like Brexit occurs, how does an ambassador handle such big changes when they're stationed abroad?
What a great question. How does an ambassador handle big questions like Brexit? I think you understand what my job feels like from my point of view with that question. I think one of the most important things for me to do about an issue like Brexit is to ensure that I am communicating what I understand about what has happened, and second, about why it has happened, and third, about what happens next. So what I try and do about these issues is, as I say, to try and find out very quickly what it is that the people I'm talking to do not know about Brexit. So I give you one very clear example, which is that a lot of people know that somewhere in this Brexit issue there is an Ireland problem. There is a problem about Ireland. A lot of people will know that also that problem specifically often carries the label Irish backstop. What I've discovered here in South Korea is that a lot of people actually, they know something, that there's something about Ireland that is difficult in the context of Brexit, but they don't necessarily know that actually the island of Ireland has one part which is part of the United Kingdom and one part which is not. And I see people nodding here saying, yes, we knew that already, that's right. And I'm sure most, if not all of you knew that, but quite a lot of people do not know that. And it was one of the things that I realized quite early on, was that, as I say, it makes a lot of sense for me to understand right at the start where people's level of knowledge is, so that I know which of these issues I have to put effort into explaining. So a lot of the answer to the question is, actually I feel it's my job to ensure people really understand, as I say, what has actually happened. I can offer them a little bit on why it's happened, and then I can encourage them, or I can help them understand what might happen next. And of course what happens next can, as it is in the current situation, it can be something which says, well, a number of different variable outcomes are still possible. So, as I say, with those three things, now you will have noticed that the one element I have not included is what do I think about it. Now sometimes I feel I want to communicate to people, to say, here's what I think about this problem, or here's whether I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. But I have to remind myself that that actually is not the reason people have asked me the question. So if I'm sitting in front of a newspaper reporter and they're saying, okay, Mr. Ambassador, what do you think? Do you think Brexit's a great idea, or do you think it's a bad idea? Then I will say, that's not really relevant. Your readers do not want to know whether I personally think this is a good idea or a bad idea. They want to be informed about what this issue is, what it's all about, and what's likely to happen next. And the reason you're asking me is because I'm the representative of the British government here, not because I am one individual British citizen and you want to ask me what my opinion is. So, as I say, I think with these big, difficult issues, there is a big enough job to do to ensure that the issue is properly explained and that people's understanding of it is improved. And, as I say, the sort of personal opinion, the personal take on it is very much secondary, and I don't really see that as part of my job.